Hey guys, it's Tyler Runnington and welcome back to a new video. Now today I'm going to be making my mid-season League One predictions. I'm going to predict the outcome of the league based off its current real-life position. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into who I think is going to finish where based on how they performed at this point in the season. So we'll start off with the four teams that I think are going to go down. And what you'll notice with these predictions is that there aren't really much changes. So I'll just blitz through them right now. So 24th coming bottom is the side who is currently bottom, and that's AFC Wimbledon. Now personally, I think Wimbledon are doomed. I think they are destined to go down this season. It's clear that their side needs additions. They need some signings. Credit to their manager, Wally Downs, though, who of course come in after their previous manager got sacked. But he seems to be getting a couple decent results, like a couple wins here and there, but it's clear that they need new players, and I think they're going to go down. 23rd, also staying in the same position, is Plymouth Argyle. Now, again, they've struggled this season, and again, consistency is what they lack. I think their top scorer, Freddie Ladapo, I think is destined to leave. He might not leave, he hasn't left yet, and if they keep him, I'll be surprised. But I can see Plymouth going down this season. They've just not been good enough all year, really. 22nd, Rochdale. Now, this may come as a surprise and quite an obscure one to many, but personally, I can see it happening. I predicted Rochdale to go down this season, and their goal difference is absolutely embarrassing. Their home form is poor. They've been smashed 4-0 in the space of a couple of weeks to Burton and Bradford, respectively. And for me, they've just not been good enough all year. And honestly, I can see them going down. It's going to be a tight relegation battle, don't get me wrong. But I can see Rochdale going down. And occupying the final relegation spot is the side that I predicted at the start of the season to finish in this position, and that's the Gills. I don't know. It's going to be tight, but for me, Gillingham stand out as the side that's going to go down this season. Again, another club who's got a top scorer who may leave in Tom Eaves. If he does leave, they will struggle. They've got some decent players though. Josh Parker, Brandon Hanlon, Regan Charles Cook. I think Dean Parrott and Barry Fuller still play for them. But honestly, I can see the Gills standing out as relegation for me, and I think they're going to occupy the final relegation spot as I predict them to finish. Moving on above the relegation zone, 20th place is Cole Robinson's Oxford United. Now, we could actually see Cole leave towards the end of the season. He might get the boot. But in my honest opinion, I can't see Oxford playing League 2 football. That's just my opinion. I can't see him doing it. They got a decent point against Fleetwood yesterday. Again, there's some decent players. James Henry, their top scorer. Jamie Mackey. Gavin White's good as well. So they've got some solid players. And for me, I think they've been up and out the relegation zone, like in and out, up and down there. The consistency, again, is what they lack. But yeah, I think they're going to stay. I think they're just going to stay up, just manage it. 19th, Bristol Rovers. Now, not many Bristol Rovers fans may agree with me on this one, but it seemed that the change in management is what was needed. Darryl Clark, their manager of 4 years, left the club after losing 4-0 at home to Doncaster. And since then, Rovers have improved their form massively, and it seems their new manager is getting it right. And they're climbing out the relegation zone, and I think they're going to stay up. Their manager's been pretty good for them. They could do with a couple signings here and there to keep them up, but for me, I think Bristol Rovers are going to stay up in 19th. 18th, Bradford City. Now, I'm absolutely astonished as to how bad City have been this season. Bottom in like October, but there's been major positives for the Bantams. Eden Rahic is gone, the owner, of course, and they brought in a couple good players to join the likes of Sean Scannell, Jack Payne, Owen Doyle, and Nathaniel Knight Percival. And those two additions are Cole Henry and Paul Caddis. Caddis has been brilliant for them this season so far. Experienced players, pretty decent signings, and I can see them finishing in 18th place this season. They won't go down. If they do, I'll be astonished. 17th, Shrewsbury Town. Now, their quality of last season, it's clear that it's long gone. Honestly, they lost so many players in January. It was ridiculous. Not in January, in the summer, sorry. It was ridiculous. They lost their manager, and it was just like, it's just been a hellhole from there. It just has been. And honestly, I probably should have seen it coming. I predicted them to finish 7th, and they're way down the order. They got smashed by Charlton, actually, yesterday, 3-0. Could have been even 7 or 6 or 7, as I've heard. But it's clear it's clear that Shrewsbury need additions quite badly. If they're going to have any chance of staying up. They will stay up, I think. They'll be the top runners in the relegation battle. But yeah, I can see them staying up, but they've not had a good year, and they need some additions pretty damn badly. 16th, Walsall. Now, they've had a bit of an up and down season, it's clear. They had a poor year last season, and they had a really good start to this year. They were like 2nd to 4th at some point, and then they slipped down the table, ended up in like 13th, and now they're lingering in 16th. And honestly, the position that I predict them to finish does not reflect their football. Honestly, the Saddlers are mid-table at best. Honestly, in my opinion, they were really good when I saw them play personally. Potentially unlucky yesterday when they lost to Scunthorpe, but Yeah, looking at the teams around them, I probably would say that the position they're in now is where they're going to end up. I think 16th, I think for them is a good improvement. It's a good improvement from last season and good to build on for the next year. So for me, the Saddlers will be 16th. 15th, Wycombe Wanderers. Now, I predicted this lot to come bottom of the table, and they proved me wrong. They stunned Doncaster yesterday with three goals in the last 17 minutes to win the game. Absolutely ridiculous, and how they can manage to do that. Going into the season, I honestly felt Wycombe's squad was very aged, like 35 to 33-year-olds, like very old team. But they proved me wrong. In particular, Paris Cowan-Hall and Randell Williams have been particular standout players for them so far this season. But they were pushing for playoffs at some point this season, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think they'll finish mid-table this season at a push. But they've done all right this year, and I think they're going to hold on to that. 14th, Scunthorpe United. Now, again, another top club that was expected to do well this season, and they've just been appalling. Honestly, they have, and it just miffs me how Charlton lost 5-3 to them at home. Just ridiculous. But anyway, it seems again their manager's getting it right at the minute, and they're starting to improve their form. They're 15th currently after another win against Walsall. They're 4 wins on the bounce now against Peterborough and Coventry were 2 of those wins. I can't remember. It was Wycombe, that was it, and Walsall. So they're in form, but I can see them improving no further on 14th. That's just my opinion. I can't see them improving any further. 13th place occupying the final position in the bottom end of the table is Accrington Stanley. Again, a rather small club that come up this season. They won the League 2 title last season, and they rarely strengthened in the summer. I think they need to bring in a couple more players. I think they have brought in a couple players. I can't remember who they are now, though. Accrington are flying at the start of the season. They really were. About 4th or 5th. Sean McConville and Billy Key are standout players for them, but I can't see them improving on mid-table. That's just my opinion. I think the additions that they've made could be solid. You never know. I'm looking forward to taking on Accrington on Saturday, actually, next week. The first time them coming down to the Valley. Should be really good. But yeah, I think Accrington are going to do all right and maintain a mid-table spot. Moving on to the top half of the table, starting off in 12th. Another side who I predicted to not change their current position is Southend United. Now, I predicted this lot to finish in the playoffs, and I think I might have overestimated them a little bit. I don't think their additions have not really been that good to start off the season. But Chris Powell, I felt that he would master this league this season, but it's clearly been a little bit of a struggle. They've drawn the least amount of games in the league. I think it's 2 games they've drawn, so that's really good. But if they're going to have any chance of improving their position, they need consistency. And again, consistency seems to be a bit of a problem with teams in the league right now. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle. But yeah, I think Southend, they'll maintain their position, solid mid-table. I think they'll consider that a good season, hopefully, maybe. Not too sure, but 12th for me is Southend. 11th place, Joey Barton's Fleetwood Town. Now, again, Fleetwood are a very good side, but once again, another League One club struggling with consistency. That's just my opinion. Fleetwood have got some very good players: Wes Burns, Ashley Hunter, Ched Evans, Dean Marnie. But one of the most confusing departures I've seen is Dempsey, who is their best midfielder according to Ben or Cod Vlogs. He went to Peterborough on loan, which I consider that quite a surprise. But yeah, I think Fleetwood, I guess you may consider them underdogs in playoff this season. I don't think they're going to get it though. Yeah, I think 11th will be quite a fair result for them. I think it's an improvement from last season and they'll consider it a good season. But consistency has let them down. They've let results slip from their grasp, in particular yesterday against Oxford, when they probably, well, I don't know. Apparently a draw was a fair result, but they'll be absolutely kicking themselves having dropped points there. But I think Fleetwood will do all right and they'll hold on to their position. Underdogs in playoffs, 11th place for me. 10th place, Blackpool. Now, I didn't expect Blackpool to do this well. In particular, gunning for the playoffs this season. And again, like Fleetwood, they're underdogs. But again, I don't think they're going to get it. The quality of their side compared to the top 7 at the minute, I think, is what lets them down. I think they could make a couple more additions. But again, not really much to say to Blackpool, really. I think they'll hold on and they'll finish in 10th. 9th, Coventry City. Now, very surprised with the Sky Blues this season. In particular, with the way that they've been winning games. I think many Coventry fans may agree, but most of their wins this season, or a couple at the start, were smash and grab wins, in particular against Southend and Charlton. But they went 5-game win streak to 9 games winless. They've improved their form recently though, but that massively good form then dipping down to awful form is what's letting them down, and it's a disappointment for Cov, and I think that's what's going to let them down in their playoff hopes. I didn't think they were going to get playoffs anyway. Looking at the season, I didn't think their side had the quality to do so. They've signed Connor Chaplin on a permanent basis. That's a great signing. Could possibly do with a couple more additions, but for me, I think they're just going to miss out this season. 8th place, Burton Albion. Now, Burton had a poor start to the season, about 16th, 15th by like October, and they're climbing up the table gradually. Again, some decent players: Lucas Akins, Marvin Sordell, Darren Bent. I don't know anyone else. I'm going to be honest, I don't know anyone else. But yeah, I think Burton, they've picked themselves up from my prediction. I predicted to finish 11th personally. But yeah, 8th, I think that's pretty decent for them. They'll consider that a good season and something to build up on for next season. Nigel Clough seems to be getting it right at the minute, and they're doing it right, and I think they're going to hold on. They're going to finish 10th. And occupying the final position in 7th place, just below the playoff position, is Donny. Now, the top 7 seem to have pulled away massively at the from the rest of the clubs by like some substantial margin. But out of the top 7, Donny stand out as the side that I think are going to miss out personally. John Marcus has been brilliant for them this season. James Coppinger has been good as well. Herbie Kane as well. They'll be absolutely gutted with the result yesterday, having lost in dramatic fashion to Wycombe yesterday. It's results like that they've got to put away, and the amount of chances Doncaster missed yesterday was absolutely unbelievable. So missed opportunity possibly could mean they deserve to lose the game, but for me, if results like that continue, then they're going to miss out, and I think they are. I think Doncaster are going to miss out. By all means, they're a brilliant side, improved massively from 15th last season, and yeah, they're going to do all right. I predict to finish 18th for God's sake, and they've proved me wrong massively, and they're going to do well. Yeah, pretty decent, but they're just going to miss out. Moving on to the playoffs and the automatic promotion spots where everyone wants to finish, and I'm going to be honest with you here. In the top 6 currently, right now, I've practically made no changes. Like, for me, I can't really see anything else changing. So we're going to start off. 6th place, Peterborough United. Now, the one thing I find funny with Peterborough is that they have a really good start to the season. Their fans get all excited, give it the big one that they're going to have a good year, and then they just slump in form. And that's what happened last year. They finished 8th, and that's why I said they'll 9th. Sorry, and that's why I said they'll finish 10th this year, because their inconsistency let them down last year, and it's letting them down again. They're slipping down the they've slipped down the table massively. They're still in the playoffs, and I think that they will get the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to improve on their current position. I think the players they've got at the minute are pretty decent. Matt Godden, Ivan Toney, Sariki Dembele's been brilliant. Dempsey, who they brought in from Fleetwood, apparently played very well in their debut yesterday in their 2-1 win over Rochdale. Jason Cummins is another striker, but he's not scored in ages. I think he's injured, actually. I can't see Peterborough improving on their position personally. I think they're going to end up in 6th. 5th, Barnsley. Now, it's going to be tight between them and Charlton, but personally, I think Barnsley are going to lose that race to 4th. Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. They've been good all year. A few, possibly a few rough patches in there. Again, could probably do with a couple of additions. They lost Brad Potts to Preston. That may be considered as a big loss. But yeah, I think Barnsley are going to maintain their position and they're going to stay 5th. And another club that's going to maintain their position in 4th is my team, Charlton Athletic. Now, honestly, so many people will call me biased here, but genuinely, this is where I think Charlton are going to finish. They will finish 4th this season, without a doubt. Well, I don't know, man. It's tight to call because like we're playing very good football right now, and the amount of I'm surprised with the amount of additions we brought in. We brought in 3 players already. Chris Maxwell recently on loan from Preston. Ben Purrington on loan from Rotherham made his full debut yesterday. And Johnny Williams made his full debut as well. We brought him off Crystal Palace, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. And apparently Lee Bowyer's job is not done there. He's looking to add a couple more additions. I'm looking forward to it, man. Honestly, I can see Charlton finishing 4th. We are a very good side. We aren't no mugs. We are here to compete in this league, and people were saying we could get automatics, and we could with 3 points off automatics and 7 points off the league title. If we play the way we are now, and we're getting injuries back as well, that's even better. In my opinion, Charlton will stay where they are. 3rd place, Luton Town. Now, I think they're going to miss out on automatics. Nathan Jones, their manager, is gone, and I honestly have to say that is a big, big, big surprise. I did not expect them to, Nathan Jones to leave them like that. He's joined Stoke City, but Luton's quality is evident. Best home record in the league. Fantastic side. They're gonna get playoffs though. I think they're just gonna miss out. And the side they're gonna miss out to is Sunderland, who I think are gonna finish 2nd. Again, very good side. seem to be very consistent this season, having a good year. Josh Marger, the future of him is unknown. I don't know if he's going to leave, but yeah, I think Sunderland, they're going to get automatics this season. That's just my opinion. And maintaining their current position and winning the league this season, in my opinion, is Kenny Jackett's Pompey. Portsmouth have been absolutely phenomenal this season so far. They've lost 4 times this season, which is very impressive. Surprisingly, though, twice to Gillingham, and by the same scoreline, to Charlton, and then yesterday to Blackpool, which I have to say was a surprise. But I don't think that'll affect them too much. I think, yeah, their team's very good. Brett Pittman and Jamal Lowe, standout players. Thompson is another one. Curtis is another good player for them. But honestly, I think Pompey are going to maintain their position and they're going to win the league this season. And yeah, so as you can see there, probably a lot of the predictions that I've made out, not really much change in the predictions really for a couple teams. But there are, I think, are going to improve massively, shoot down massively, or maintain where they are. I am aware this video should have been posted like weeks in advance, but I just never really got around to filming it, and as you can probably tell by my voice, I'm not particularly well at the moment. Hopefully I'll be better for the Saturday game against Accrington Stanley, but we'll see how I feel. I should be better by then, but yeah, I'm thinking about uploading a lot more consistently now, because all I seem to be posting is Goal of the Month and Matchday Vlogs, and I want to do more. So this video is a prime example of what's more to come. I'm hoping to bring out a video on Wednesday, and then the Matchday Vlog on Saturday. So thank you very much for watching this video. Good luck to the rest of the 24 clubs in League One. Hope you have a good season, to rest of the season to many, and hopefully some teams can prove me wrong with their predictions that I've predicted. This has been Tyler Ranson. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, guys.